Remember to hit that subscribe button.
Hey, once again, it's Against the Grain Sports. This is the NBA edition. This is going to be a fun segment. Once again, like, subscribe the page. Make sure you leave your comments. We would love to hear what you got to say. This is going to be a little bit different. You're not seeing this on any other sports networks. You're not seeing this on Fox or ESPN, any of the things, because we come with our own style, Against the Grain style. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring my boy Gerard McCain on as an NBA guy. And he has a little segment. It's called Fool's Gold. Tell a little bit about what Fool's Gold is.
Basically, Fool's Gold. The NBA right now is getting closer to the trade deadline.
Right.
So you got rumors going around about who's going to get traded and where should they go. So my number one Fool's Gold trade is Bradley Beal.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on. This guy has had multiple 40-point games. He has a 50-point game. Why? Please tell the audience, why do you feel like Bradley Beal is Fool's Gold?
How many wins do they have?
That's not what we talk
They're like
about.
5-15 right now.
Yeah, but it's a lot of bad teams in the league. And I mean, are you putting everything on Bradley Beal?
No, it's actually not a lot of bad teams in the league. It's actually only about 4 bad teams in the league.
And they're one of them.
No, listen, yeah, and they are. Everybody else is like, everybody's like 11 and 15, 12 and 15. Everybody's like a game or two away from each other, except for the Washington Wizards. And even the Sacramento Kings are starting to win games now. They on a 5-game winning streak right now. De'Aaron Fox is doing his thing. But the reason why I say that Bradley Beal is Fool's Gold is because when you look at the Washington Wizards play, and you're looking at a guy who's a max player.
Right.
This guy is averaging like, 34, 35 points a game. But they can't win. And he's playing alongside of Russell Westbrook, who is a former MVP.
But can I say something with that?
Go ahead.
When Russell Westbrook is out the lineup, they actually have a winning record when he's out the lineup. They're 4-3 without him.
Okay,
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay.
So maybe it's not Bradley Beal, maybe it's Russell Westbrook.
It's Bradley Beal as well. Bradley Beal was there before Russell Westbrook, and they still wasn't winning.
Yeah.
But he's scoring a lot of points. You know, that's what people want to see in the NBA. They want to see somebody score a lot of points. But the thing about winning is you have to do more than just score points. You have to stop your man.
Right.
And you have to make the players around you better.
Well, let me ask you this. You don't think that Bradley Beal will benefit from being in a change of scenery?
Nah, he needs to stay in Washington and deal with what he's dealing with. He needs to stay in Washington and really figure out how to win. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, just because we say or the media says this player is great or this player is this and that does not automatically mean that he deserves to go somewhere and win.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you watch the Washington Wizards play, man, as soon as he touches the ball, he on go. As soon as he touches the ball, he on go. He's either shooting or he's getting to the rack, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you finish with 46 points and 1 or 2 assists, that means you ignored everybody else on your team for 48 minutes, 48 minutes, which means that they're not involved in the game.
Right.
Which means that they're not playing to their best potential because when you don't give the other players the ball, they don't want to play defense or they don't want to play offense. They get rebound. They get disengaged, and you're not making them better. And then he had a soundbite where he was talking about guys need to do their job and all that. Man, listen, man, you're Fool's Gold. You shouldn't be making no interviews talking about nobody else's play. I don't care how many points you score. If they not amounting to wins, shut your mouth, Bradley Beal. This is Gerard from Against the Grain Sports telling you that you are Fool's Gold, and you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm gonna talk. Kristaps Porzingis.
Wait a minute. Talk to me about
Kristaps Porzingis is Fool's Gold too, because I'm glad the New York Knicks got rid of Kristaps because
Really?
yeah, I'm really. Have you watched the Dallas Mavericks game?
But he's one of the better defenders in the league. He can shoot.
When?
He can when he's on the court.
Because he blocked one shot. He blocked like what 1.2 shots a game.
That's a good number of shots for a guy, and he also can shoot behind the 3-point line.
But if you And that's another problem. If you're getting blown out, one or two blocks is not going to change the game. If you always on the 3-point line, that means you're not getting rebounds. That means that you're not altering shots. That means that guys aren't afraid to get to the basket. Dallas, they just won 3 or 4 in a row. That's good. That means he's getting better. Excuse me. But if you watch a Dallas Mavericks game, Kristaps is scared of that paint.
It's a different NBA though now, right? I mean, can't you agree that
it's only a different NBA because they allow it to be a different NBA. If Kristaps will post up more, he will get other players involved. If you watch how Dallas plays, everybody wants to shoot the three.
Right.
Luka's really one of the only guys that's trying to get to the basket. I mean, he can do a little bit of everything. He play makes, he shoots, he gets other guys involved. But Kristaps is the key to them getting to that next level. And until he learns how to play inside and outside consistently and stay off of that 3-point line, Dallas is they're always going to be a subpar team. And that's just how basketball is.
But you had one more guy that you had on your food goal list. Who was that other guy?
I had a couple more guys, but this is the guy that I'm going to tell y'all about. Y'all like, nuh-uh. Zach LaVine is another fool's gold.
Wait. I mean, we talking about the dunk champ, though, man.
Yeah, we talking about the dunk champ, but
the dunk champ, put up big numbers.
Yeah, and he just had a big game the other day. Him and Kobe
Yeah,
White,
they 46.
Yeah, they broke a record for three-pointers made, but he's still fool's gold because Chicago's they're not winning.
They haven't really done anything since Derrick Rose.
I know they're not really winning, and Zach LaVine is in the conversation for an All-Star bid,
Right.
which
He should be.
he should be. But remember, back in the day, if your team wasn't winning, you weren't an all-star.
That's true. That is very true. But we're looking at a softer, gentler NBA, and people want to see exciting players like Zach LaVine. Do you think what is it that you feel is the fool's gold about it? Because I think Chicago was trying to get better.
I think he's got the same problem Bradley Beal has, except for I think he doesn't play very good defense and he doesn't get other players involved. That's Chicago's problem. Offensively, everybody's not pitching in because if you got one guy or two guys taking all the shots, everybody else is just running up and down the court like a deer with their head cut off. They're not engaged. You got to get the other guys engaged some kind of way for them to do what they're supposed to do effectively.
But a lot of young guys are playing for their next contract. So they don't worry about winning until after they have made their money. And normally their money comes in their first and second contract. Is that do you see that being Zach LaVine right now?
I think Zach LaVine is starting to kind of switch mindsets right now. I think he's struggled enough as far as being on losing teams to where now he's like, yeah, okay, I want to win now.
Okay.
But until he can start doing those things with the Chicago Bulls, he's still fool's gold to me because his name is in trade rumors and you got teams salivating over him. But my thing is why are teams salivating over players that can't even win where they're at? It's
That's true.
It's crazy because people will say, well, he ain't got no talent. The Knicks they got the same team they had last year, and now we in a playoff conversation.
Yeah. Well, they got some few additions.
But those few additions aren't the reason why they're winning. Julius Randle is the reason why they're winning.
True.
And we're gonna kind of transition into that. Julius Randle needs to be considered for the All-Star. He needs to be considered to have an All-Star bid because what he's done from last year to this year has been a tremendous change, man. He's handling the ball. He's making way better decisions offensively. He's playing defense. He's getting his guys involved. That's why New York is winning, and he's bringing a little bit of leadership that he's learning onto the court, and that's what basketball is about.
But you're saying the All-Star bid. You got to understand, if he's going to make the All-Star bid, who is he going to take? Who are you going to take out of the All-Star game to put him in? Because now you have he plays a small forward, power forward position, and you have Giannis, You know, he's definitely going to be an all-star. You still got guys like Jimmy Butler.
Giannis was one of my fool's gold people too, but
we'll
talk about that.
We'll say
that for the next show.
But you got Giannis, you got Joel Embiid as a big man. You got Jimmy Butler. You got guys like that. So who is he going to go in over? That's the question.
I think Jimmy Butler needs to go into the guard conversation. I don't think he should be considered as a forward going into the All-Star game. I think you got to put guys like Julius Randle in there because every team that the Knicks play against, he's the best forward on the floor when he's on the floor.
But okay, we got an up and coming Jeremy Grant though. So I understand guys like Julius Randle, and you got you have those particular guys. But who are you going to take out? And like I said, we got guys. You got Jason Tatum. You know, we got guys that are perennial, not just all-star but superstar. I don't think Randle is there yet.
I don't think he's there yet either, but you know, somebody has to start and somebody has to come off the bench. We've seen NBA All-Star games where you have multiple people at the same positions and you can still put them out there, and which Julius Randle can play. He can play multiple positions. So even if you select, you know, 4 or 5 forwards, you can kind of interchange them because the game has changed so much that you can play him at the 4 or the 5.
I mean, I agree, but I just don't think with all the talent that's coming from the Western Conference to the Eastern Conference, when you have Kevin Durant, who's definitely going to be an All-Star. You have, like I said, you got Jimmy Butler, you got the Greek Freak, you got Joel Embiid.
Joel is a center though.
I'm just giving you names. You got to move. You got Ben Simmons. You know, you said you got Kyrie Irving, you got James Harden. Bradley Beal will be an All-Star regardless if he fools it or not. He will be an All-Star. You got Zach LaVine that probably get in over Randall. So I'm just naming. Then you got Jaylen Brown so I'm naming people that potentially will go in over him. Not saying that he shouldn't get a consideration. I just don't think he will be an All-Star this year.
Well, you know, we still got time to make those selections. So if you're a New York Knicks fan, get out there and vote for Julius Randle, man, because he deserves a bid and he's playing like it. And some of these other guys, they're sometime he's doing it.
Well, it's Against the Grain Sports. We'll be right back with another piece of NBA edition with Gerard McCain.